So thank you those who have stuck with us for our final race of today. We're about to have the inflatable races for men and for women. Now it's just an all-in here, so we have all age groups thrown in together. So you'll see a few names there. It's a very long start list there for the men, but all sorts of different age groups have been thrown into the mix for this race. The defending men's champion is Michael Booth from Australia. He's already had the distance race earlier today. And he's out there again now, about to have a crack, and we're underway. We're underway. Can we get the start list off the screen? Yep, there we go. So we can just have a look. And a bit of a ragtag start there. All sorts of things happening at the start, but this is the men's race underway, so we are looking for there's some big names in this race. Michael Booth is there from Australia, Andre Crater. I saw Vladimir Korobov's name on the list. Paolo Marconi is on there as well. So there's a lot of athletes out there who are very determined to... Oh, and we've had a spill early on. One of the early leaders has gone into the water early, so this is a 5-kilometre race. A 5-kilometre race with our inflatable athletes underway. And it does look like it may be, is that Andre Crater in front already from Bulgaria. You can see Michael Booth there, I think, sitting in the third position. And right next to him, I think, let's see, what bib number 45, I think, is it? Or 25. Just trying to get a look here from our angle. But it's definitely Andre Crater, the Bulgarian, out in front. Michael Booth sitting there in, about to come up and challenge for second position. Then I think it's Paolo Marconi, I think, possibly sitting there as well, is it? Let's try and get a look if we can get a better angle there. I apologise there, the drone is a little bit blurry, but no doubt at all about our leader, that is Andre Crater, the former canoe sprint paddler representing Bulgaria now. He's started off in his life as representing Ukraine. I think he went to Azerbaijan for a little bit, went to Russia, and now paddling for Bulgaria. Michael Booth moves into second position, and already a pretty substantial gap opening up between this front three and the rest of the field. As I mentioned, everybody's been thrown in together here. We have paddlers from all age groups competing in the inflatables. It's a new race we introduced last year. I think was the first time we had a race for the inflatables in Poland. And it really, I mean, it's revolutionised stand-up paddling. These are boards that you basically can fold up, put them in your back. Oh, Michael Booth just having a little bit of an issue getting around there. You can see there's a bit of a swell there, which is causing some challenging moments for these paddlers. But now back into their rhythm. Andre Crater closest to the camera, Michael Booth, the Australian, who's also preparing for our ICF Ocean Racing World Championships, which are coming up later this month or early next month in Perth in Western Australia. And he's been doing a lot of, just been talking to his old man, he's been doing a lot of training on the ocean, preparing for those races as well. So busy man. He just loves being on the water and loves giving it his all. He may well have been a little bit disappointed this morning with his performance in the long distance race. Got lost touch with the front group early on in the men's race and just really struggled to catch up, and ended up, I think he finished top 10 in the end. But so now we're having a look at the start list for our women's race, and once again a very strong contingent from China. We have Hungarians, Taipei, Poland, big group, and more Chinese paddlers as well. A couple of Spaniards, Suzak Molinero's there. She's had a big week on the water already. Logothetti, Karaki Logothetti, just come out of the junior race. She's going to back up now and do the the inflatable. That is a little bit of an effort there, but well done to see her out there competing at this level. Ellie Largues is there, a couple of the Australians are there, more Chinese paddlers. Now, Emmanuel Marcon is there, but is she racing? That's the question. Sarah Odera there from Italy as well. We are racing through these fields. Plenty of local paddlers as well representing Thailand. So I was just going to mention with the inflatables, if you haven't had a crack at an inflatable yet, if you haven't become accustomed to them, you basically pump them up on the beach, and then when you've finished, you can let them down, you can fold it up, you can put them in your glove box almost, in your car if you want. Certainly stick them in your backpack, and they are very, very transportable. We're underway in the women's race. Some are going a little bit faster than others. But it is fantastic to see athletes of all ages out there competing in this inflatable women's race. It's a new addition. Last year was our very first inflatable race. We had it in Poland, and my main man Hoishan Kwan is here with me. And Hoishan, we've got big numbers this year in the women's race and the men's race.
We do, and we're very excited for it. Correct you. So we've actually had inflatables since 2019. That was our first inflatable championships. And I believe one of our own, at least on female side, Noemi won. Michael Booth won it last year for men's. And
I think Daniel
Andre Crater won.
So they would be Booth and Crater will be having a real tussle at the front of the field. You can bet that will be unfolding out there in the middle of the course right now. But the women's race is underway, and already you can see they're stringing them out pretty early on. It looks like we've got a breakaway group of three paddlers here. I think is that Suzak there in front, in the front three. I'm just trying to get a look here of who's. Yep. And look at the already the distance being put between the front paddlers and some of these paddlers. This is their only outing. This is their only time on the water. And now, here we go. Now we're getting out a better shot there of our lead group, and it looks like 222. Is that a lucky Chinese number? Could well be. It's in fact it's
Korea.
It's a Korean. You should know Hoishan. You probably have been paddling with her at some stage, maybe.
There's a good chance.
So we have.
My own country.
You should have done. Sujong Lim from Korea out in front, and looks like sitting on the outside. I'd like to think that's. We can see a bib number there. There's a couple of unfamiliar looking faces out there and unfortunately we're just struggling to get the drone in focus. Gee, look at that swell now out there. That is really making for some challenging conditions.
I think on the SIC board it's 224 from Indonesia.
Is that right? Okay, well, do we have GPS on any of these athletes? Okay, so that's going to make for a challenge, but if that's the case, definitely it's a 222 out in front. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Not sure if that is an Indonesian paddler. That could possibly
on
be.
This turn, I think we'll
get a better view here. Ooh. 222 in front. That is the paddler from Korea, and now it does look like it is the Indonesian paddler 224. Ooh, just look at the swell there and the challenge that it's putting up here for the lead athletes. And somebody's actually taken a swim going around that first buoy. Some of the men are already starting to struggle a little bit keeping up. He's been overtaken. So a breakaway group of three now. They're chasing our Korean leader, who is Sujong Lim of Korea. The Indonesian paddler, we believe, is Adi Sitangzi from Indonesia. Going out a little bit wider, maybe trying to get a ride in on the current. think it's actually, this is some of the rougher conditions we've seen today, isn't it? Earlier on today it was windy, but there certainly wasn't the swell that we're seeing now, which is adding some new challenges for our paddlers.
Definitely, but luckily it wasn't like crosswind the women saw earlier. I was talking to Fiona after the race. She was telling me how tough it was paddling through that chop.
So we are well and truly now. It's a 5 kilometre race, this one, so a lot shorter than our main races. It's the final events of today. It's been a long day. If you're just catching up, we've had the men's and women's long distance race. We've had the juniors, we've had the under 40s, we've had the under 50s. We've crowned some new world champions. We've seen some world champions retain their crowns. It's been a really special day of racing. And we're really happy to bring you now the inflatable race. As we lose a bit of distance between ourselves on the shore here and the paddlers out on the water, we'll try and bring you some more information when we can.
So right now on the screen, I believe that's Michael Booth in front and Andre Creighton in second.
Yep. Which I don't know if that is there's Michael Booth there, and Andre Creighton right on his hammer. So they are. Look at the swell there. These two paddlers, they're having a good time. They're going to get seasick, I think, out there in the front of the course. But it is definitely Booth in front, Creighton second, and distance to third. Do they look like they're having a good time out there, Hoishan? I think Michael Booth's having. He loves the inflatable. Yeah. He's just he's having a great old time out there, bouncing up and down on the swell. I'm sure he's really happy to have Andre Creighton sitting right on his tail, just biding his time. We saw Andre Creighton fly out of the start blocks.
Andre Creighton didn't do the distance race, right?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't do the distance, so he was keeping his powder dry for this race. I saw him earlier in the week and I said, why aren't you doing both? He says, I can't do both races on one day. I said, no way. So he was happy just to have the morning off, maybe have a bit of a sleep in, and then come out here for the 5 kilometre inflatable race. But look at the distance already. We're getting a good view from the drone here of the distance between the front two boys and the rest of the field. We cannot even see the rest of the field. And there we have very hard to tell from this distance who that is sitting in third position, but they're well off the pace at this stage. So next year, one of the reasons I wanted to get behind the microphone was to talk up next year's World Championships, because we're off to Sarasota in Florida in November of next year, and Hoishan already, the organising committee for that event, are already getting things in place. They're starting to talk about what they might put on. It's going to be one hell of a show. I know you were there a month or so ago doing the Cup, the World Cup event there. I think it's going to be a great event next year.
Well, it's going to be fantastic. The weather there is really good. You just have to watch out for gators, but weather's going to be good. Florida, close to many attractions like Disney World, Universal. It's going to be fun. The park itself, it's actually.
Wait, can I just say, why did you talk about the alligators when we had our photographer Georgia Schofield standing right next to us? Because now she's shaking her head and saying, "I'm not going in the water." She says, "I'm not going in the water." It's the pig fat again, though, Georgia. I told you, pig fat scares off everything. Everything, not just sharks. You've never seen a pig taken by a shark, and I'm going to say you may never have seen a pig taken by an alligator, although I may be proven wrong on that. But definitely the pig fat will do the trick next year in Florida for the World Championships in Sarasota.
And I can confirm the dates right now. It's going to be November 20th to 24th.
Check local retailers, though, for more information. Check your local TV guides.
And we're going to be opening up the registration in a month or so.
Wow! So people can get in nice and early. Is there a reward for registering early?
Cheaper registration price. Please don't wait till last minute.
There you go, folks. If you ever needed a reason to get in early, cheaper prices. That's the answer. All right, so we might try and we'll take a break and we'll try and catch up with the field when they take the turn at the top of the course and start to head for home, and we'll see if we can identify some of our race leaders.
ใช่มีกระทงไม่พูดตั้งแต่เริ่มแล้วไม่โบนไม่พูดอ่างทางยืนตากแดดโอ้น้ำขาดน้ำเป็น100 เมตรเลยโอ้มองไม่เห็นไม่ใช่หรอ ออกซิเจนออกซิเจนออกไม่กินเดี๋ยวนี้แพ้แต่สงสัยไอ้ดำๆที่คาดเอวคือมันมีเป็นกล่องไม่ใช่มันเนี่ยก็ต้องมาเบิกตรงเนี้ยตรงที่ก่อนเข้าก่อนแล้วก็รัดเอวไว้เครื่องจับเวลาวิ่งเข้ามาแล้วหยุดเวลา
Dear participants of race 1-6, race U13 men, the race is postponed at 5:30, so we'll start ID control at 5 for you. Parents, just please be aware that you are not allowed to enter inside. After ID control, your athletes are strong and they will paddle, so our parents stay here. Spectators area.
13岁和15岁的孩子竞赛，请注意，将会延迟到5点半开始，所以我们会在5点钟到 ID Control 报到。家长请注意，家长不可以跟着孩子进去竞赛的地方，所以孩子要自己拿他的板。
จะเข้าแล้วจะเข้าแล้วขึ้นแล้วจะขึ้นแล้ว
โ
Testing. Parents and coaches for very young kids, especially the under 13 and under 15, please bring them to take a look at the map in front of ID control. They show the map. It is 2 laps, right, for the 1 kilometer. 2 laps means 2 rounds. Testing. 孩子们的比赛，13岁和15岁以下的家长和教练们，如果你的孩子还不确认他的几圈，请带他们到前面的图片去确认，是2圈1000米。
Dear young athletes, dear kids, race 1, kids race U13 men, ID is open now for you. Race 2, ID is open. Race 3 and 4 also, so all participating in kids racing, please come to ID control. Parents, please be ready to leave your kids here at ID. Thank you.
Parents, hang on. All kids, please make sure your kids is equipped with the safety equipment. All kids are precious to you. I'm sure you're not going to allow them onto the water without a PFD or their life jacket. So please don't come report without the PFD. Alright? And the kids, if they are able to compete, they are strong enough to carry their own boards, we cannot allow parents to go in. Please get your kids to carry their own boards. Thank you. My apologies, we've been updated. Leash is compulsory, PFD is optional. Alright? PFD is optional because we are bringing the race course closer to shore. Leash is compulsory, PFD is optional. But please make sure that the bibs number is visible. Do not tuck it or tie it up. We must be able to see the kids number, race number. I repeat one more time, leash is compulsory, PFD is optional, okay?